This video covers what we're working on in class today in 7th grade math on Thursday, October 14th. We're starting lesson 2 today, but we won't finish, so I recommend saving the name that you used on this class kick because tomorrow's catch-up video is going to cover the second half of lesson 2. So you're only going to have to complete 2 activities today. The first activity is 2.1, Notice and Wonder, Paper Towels by the Case. It says, here is a table that shows how many rolls of paper towels a store receives when they order different numbers of cases. What do you notice about the table, and what do you wonder? I want you to go ahead and pause this video to answer that question with a full sentence. I notice or I wonder. Okay, so at this point you should have written a full sentence about what you notice and wonder, and I want to point a few things out to you. First, in class, we talked about how every entry in this table is an equivalent ratio. And we can see that here with the green arrows that demonstrate we can multiply both sides of the ratio 5 to 60 to produce the ratio 10 to 120. We could do the same thing with any ratio in the table. For example, 1 times 10 is 10, and 12 times 10 is 120. Now, there are some other ways that we could work through this ratio table. For example, we know that we can multiply the left side of the table, the number of cases of paper towels, times 12, and that will tell us the number of paper towel rolls that we purchased. Because we can do this for one row, we know that we can do it for every row. As long as we multiply the number of cases ordered times 12, we will know how many paper towels we ordered. Now, one other important thing we talked about today was that ratio tables don't have to go in order. If I was to draw this same situation using a double number line, I would need to count consistently. So I could have C for cases and R for rolls. I would have 1 case, 12 cases, paper towels. Then I would need to do 2, 24. Then 3, 36. In a table, I don't need to worry about moving one by one by one. In other words, adding one more case with 12 more rolls each time. I simply need to enter an equivalent ratio into the table. If you need to add anything to your work so that you have a complete sentence for notice and wonder, pause this video and do so. The second activity I'm going to have you work on today is 2.2, Feeding a Crowd. A recipe says that 2 cups of dry rice will serve 6 people. Complete the table as you answer the questions and be prepared to explain your reasoning. So the first question says, how many people will 10 cups of rice serve? And we can see this question in the table where we have 10 and a mystery number of people. We know that 2 cups of rice serves 6 people, so go ahead and fill in this blank in your ratio table. There's a few different ways that you could have filled in this blank in your ratio table. Remember that every entry in a ratio table is an equivalent ratio. So I can simply ask myself, I'm multiplying 2 times what? 2 times 5 equals 10, which means that I need to multiply 6 times 5. I'm going to get in the habit of circling the number that I'm multiplying by, just so we don't forget that 6 isn't the number we're multiplying by. 5 is the scale factor, or the number I'm scaling both sides by. And so 6 times 5 is equal to 30. Another pattern that you might notice is that we can move across the ratio table. For example, 6 divided by 3 equals 2. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And 30 divided by 3 equals 10. Since you know this pattern, you should be able to answer question 2, which says, how many cups of rice are needed to serve 45 people? Go ahead and give question 2 a try, or question B, and then hit part 2 of this video.